there's going to be some little jerk digging in your past,
Okay.
trying to pull up something against you. So these things are tough on artists. I
And,
think.
yeah, and another thing, just to continue, the Velvet Underground were definitely avoided being directly political, and yet they are artistic revolutionaries.
Yeah.
And so there are different places where these changes occurred, some more direct and others in a different way.
We listened to them a lot. You know, there was William Burroughs, together with the artist Brian Geisen, invented and promoted something called the cut-up method. And the idea was that language is a virus. And he thought of this before the internet age. And the idea was if everybody would just stop trying to control things and have these programs, words would speak for themselves and lead us in the new directions. Ron Aston's genius on his guitar was that he would plug it into the amp and turn it up. And he listened to the guitar and the amplifier talk. He just let them talk. I used to take LSD, and I had a Farfisa organ, and I'd go down to the basement and plug it into an amp and turn it on 10, and I'd just recline with my feet on it and listen to it talk. And there's a lot of that in the Velvet Underground music too, and those are avant-garde ideas, and they crept in. But that was and that's why so many odd things happen in the history of that group, is that we were just kind of letting things happen. I was on acid on more than several of the clips in the movie when I was young, and I would go from, I'd be feeling very aggressive for 5 seconds and then break out laughing. It's, but you're not supposed to do that if you're like, yeah, right on, so brothers and sisters. So that was a difference in our approach.
Question over here.
Thank you very much indeed for the your rock movie, otherwise the movie which is really rocks. I'm from Ukraine, TV channel Inter. As you know, in Ukraine it's a really hard time. Nevertheless, our young people are really inspired by the new wave of rock and alternative bands. So I just wonder your personal opinion. Why the rock music is so requested and so necessary for the society, especially during the crisis, and in spite of what kind of land is it? Thank you.
Is he asking if rock music is necessary anymore? Because
Not quite.
I don't quite understand. I'm sorry. I know that it's an archaic form.
So he's asking, I think, why it's so important.
Why is it so
For
important?
society, yes.
The society, particularly in where he comes from, which is Ukraine,
Yeah.
and it has a very a strong current of rock music and alternative music. There is a very strong current of rock music and alternative, what we call alternative music,
Still alive today?
or alive again.
I hope so. Personally, I'm not sure that there is, because the digital age has made collecting money so incredibly efficient. And there's now, when we started our band, we didn't know what publishing was. We just gave songwriting credit to everybody in the group because I saw it on the back of a Doors album. I thought it was cool. We didn't know about these things. We didn't understand. We had vaguely about royalties and rights, and it's different now. You can push a button and get rich quick. And I think also there's an argument to be made about the human race's approach to the point where the technology gets to the point where it's going to grip everybody by the shoulders and shake us and then throw us down and get rid of us. Everybody's a little scared about that. And, you know, it was people like Lightning Hopkins, who was a great acoustic blues player, or R.L. Burnside would say, yeah, well, the white people want me to play acoustic, but the electric has more soul. And I think to a certain extent, the old technology kind of, it was like throwing an amplifier into the spirit of man. Same with LSD, and riling things up. But now the technology is growing and growing until it's whoa, you know, why don't I just die now? You know, and the best I can do with that, I said to myself about 15 years ago, okay, treat yourself like a precious antique. That's the best you can do. And I was on the beach the other day, and some big yob from Serbia, 20 years old, came up to me. Yeah, I like your music. It's very good. And, you know, of course, I listen to the new techno and electronic, but we like that old stuff, too. So, what are you going to do? You know, you're going to be polite, and then when the guy walks away, you're going to say, you know, oh, fuck you, Igor, you know. You know, kind of like that.
Question over here, then Jason.
Hi, I'm coming from Israel. Honored to meet you. You mentioned LSD. What is your attitude to drugs today? And how you are naked also became part of your same persona, of your icon? And do you have any plans to come to the red carpet today short, without shirt, like Julia Roberts came barefoot?
Ooh. What did you say? Basically.
What is my feeling?
And then why no shirt?
Tonight.
Listen to yourself.